Bochiknot.com. My name is Nicole. So for those of you who don't know, in this channel you will find everything you need to know to begin macrame, whether you are looking to do it as a hobby or you want to get to a more advanced level so that you can create your own designs. You can find everything macrame right here. In today's tutorial, we'll be using a slightly different technique. We'll be hand weaving some cotton cord onto the piece. I've decided to use a different colored cotton cord as well as some sequins and beads to the piece, and that's because I've always liked Moroccan style tapestries, and so this piece is Moroccan inspired. It's up to you guys on what kind of texture and what type of cord, beads, and whatnot you want to add to your own piece. If you want to use yarn, silk ribbons, or wooden beads, then go ahead and tailor your piece to your own style. If you guys are interested in the cords and the other beads and sequins that I've used in my tutorial, I've posted links of them in the video description below. I'm interested in knowing what you guys decide to use in your piece and what your finished piece looks like. So let me know what you used in the comment section below, and don't forget to tag me on Instagram at Bochiknot with your finished piece. With that, let's begin. Start by putting the 20 strands of cord onto the wooden dowel using a lark's head knot. If you guys are not familiar with the basic knots of macrame, you can refer to my 50 knot video where I'll teach you the basic knots of macrame plus several more. I'll provide the link of the video in the description below. Cut a strand of cord about 70 centimeters long and use that as the anchor cord for a row of double half-hitch knots at the very top. We'll leave the ends of the cord for now, and we'll go back to them at the very end and show you how to tuck them in at the back of the piece. Right under the row of double half hitch knots, make a row of square knots adjacent to each other. Once that is done, make a row of alternating square knots about a few inches below the row that you just made. Then about even distance below the row that you just made, make another row of alternating square knots. Cut a colored strand of cord about 220 centimeters long, fold it in half, and start hand weaving it through the middle section of the macrame. Cut a strand of cord about 150 centimeters long and we'll start weaving through the sequins in the macrame. We'll start weaving the cord through like how we just did with the gray one, and then thread through a sequin every time we weave the cord through. We'll now add a bit more fiber texture to the piece by adding small strands of cord to the piece using a lark's head knot. This is good for using scraps that you have saved up from prior projects, and the length for each scrap would at least need to be about 10 centimeters long. If you're using scraps from a 4-ply or 3-ply cord, I would recommend combing through the cord before you attach them on here using a lark's head knot. you've attached them all, you'll want to trim down and even out the lengths of the cord. Now taking the strands at the very bottom, we'll thread through a bead with every second cord. The beads that I used have a diameter of 5 millimeters. You'll need beads with at least 4 millimeters for a 4 millimeter cord. If you're interested in getting these beads, I'll post a link up to my shop in the description of the video below. Cut a strand of cord about 70 centimeters long again, and use that as the anchor cord for a row of double half-inch knots, a few inches below the last square knot row you made. strand of cord about 150 centimeters long and start weaving it through every second cord above the beads. Then take the ends of the cord and start weaving it back through the top through every second cord again. Place the ends of the cord behind the macrame piece, and we'll go back to them at the very end. Cut another strand of colored cord about 220 centimeters long and fold it in half and start weaving it through like we did last time, starting from the other end. the finishing touches, we'll turn the macrame piece around and we'll tuck in all the loose cords that we worked with. We'll start by tying an overhand knot with the 2 cords that we tucked in the back. And then one by one, we'll start taking the ends of the cords and weaving it through the back. The gray cord that I used at the top was a little bit shorter, so I took the cord at the bottom and pulled it through the loop at the top. You won't have this issue if you cut the cord according to the lengths that I told you to do earlier in the video. If you have a crochet hook, you can use that to help weave it through a little quicker. Tuck in the cord used for the top row of the double half-hitch knots. Wrap the ends with some tape and weave it through the top loops on the wooden dowel. Once everything is tucked, turn the macrame back around and make sure everything is even. To finish off, cut the ends of the fringe to even them out. And that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. For more macrame tips and supplies, visit Bochiknot.com.